welcome to N the BRAE TV this evening. We've got a very special guest in Greg Taylor, ex-Rangers youth, Kilmarnock Celtic FC. Welcome to N the BRAE TV, Greg. How are you been keeping?
Hiya mate, yeah, been doing okay. As I touched on, the golf's been back on, so that's kept me busy last few days, and we're back at training hopefully Thursday coming, so that'll certainly help.
Good. They certainly been tough times, is it not?
Aye, exactly. It's been strange. Like, I've never had this amount of time off in my whole career, whole life, to be fair. It feels like I'm back in school in the summer holidays because you're not going anywhere and you're just spending your time at the golf course now. So it's been a bit strange, but I'm looking forward to getting back into it, getting a bit of routine in that.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Especially when you're kind of religious with the routine in that day in, day out, and then just gone for that to nothing. I take it you've been keeping yourself quite fit as well, apart from playing golf.
Exactly. Like, I'm fortunate. I'm quite naturally fit, so I don't mind it too much. But it's been maybe the last couple of weeks, it's been a bit of a drag. Just trying to like find the motivation to keep doing it yourself, because that's been months now. During the middle in that, I was not too bad because I'd found a good routine, and it certainly helped, and it was a good chance for me to get a decent amount of strength into myself. So that's what I aimed for during the middle, and the last few weeks it's just been a case of trying to dig in, and so you're going in at a decent level when you go back to training.
Of course. How's the diet been? Has that been quite tough, especially?
No, it's been not too bad. Like, not a big drinking and that, so I've been not too bad. Maybe one takeaway at the weekend as a treat, and maybe like the odd few beers at the weekend, just one night, just keeping it to that. So no, I've been not too bad. So hopefully body fat's still pretty low when I get back.
Good. I mean, because that's a massive part of it. I understand. I mean, I'm not exactly a mad kind of fitness fanatic, but I've got a few guys that work for me are really mad keen on hitting the gym and that, and they always preach to me, you can go and you can go and you can go and you can do this and that, but see, if you don't watch your diet, the diet's the key part of the whole thing.
Aye, exactly. Like, even for myself, like, watching that I make sure eating enough, if you know what I mean, as well, because like, it's so easy, because you normally we have getting our breakfast and our lunch at the club, like, you're getting the right stuff put into you, so you can sometimes, like, I've made sure about a breakfast, but sometimes you're out, maybe, I don't know, taking the dog or whatever, and you end up forgetting to have your lunch, etc. So no, it's been I've been trying to keep a decent routine in that way as well.
Aye, good bit, good stuff. Well, thanks for coming on this evening. So what we're going to do is I'm going to fire away with some quick fire questions, maybe half a dozen, and then I'm going to hand you over to Jim, who's going to fire away with some general questions anyway, pal. Is that okay?
Perfect, that's fine.
Right, so first one that we like to ask is, who's the best player you've ever played with, Greg?
Best I've played with? That's a good question. I would go probably Odsonne at the moment now. There's a lot of good players certainly I'm playing with at the moment that you think, wow, but Odsonne does stuff that no one else can do, so I would give it he would edge it.
Yeah, good. That's a fair assumption there to choose. Who's your best player you've ever played against? I've got in brackets here, maybe likes a Hazard or Lukaku.
Aye, exactly. Played against Hazard. I was probably, you could say, thankfully he played in the left that night more, so it wasn't coming. He only veered a few times, and that was enough that was petrifying as it was. So no, that would probably be the biggest name. But the maybe hardest opponent I would say was N the BRAE, the boy that's at Leicester now.
Right.
I played against him for England. He was England under 21s, and it was a big pitch at Middlesbrough, and wow, it was electric. It was
some pace in it.
Rapid. So you got tight to him. He was just running behind, and then if you gave him space, he had all the room to run at you. So no, he was tough, to be fair.
Yeah, good. What about your favourite player growing up then?
Favourite growing up, Jack Wilshere, actually, bizarrely, at Arsenal. Him and Fabregas, I loved that, because I used to think I was going to be a centre midfielder until I get found out and put back full-back. But them two at Arsenal, I loved watching them. Fabregas was, I think, 22 captain, and Wilshere was 18 breaking through, but the two of them were just incredible. Their brain just moved quicker than everyone else's.
Some career, both of them, to be fair. What about your favourite pre-match meal?
Favourite pre-match? You know what? I don't really... I've started to eat a wee bit more. I don't really like eating on that much, but I think it is quite important too. So I try and just go for the standards. It's either whether it's an omelette and beans, or if it's like pasta, chicken, like nothing exciting, the truth be told. We're normally at the Dakota most games before now, so the food's pretty decent that way. But and always a coffee. Always like a black coffee 3 hours before or whatever.
Give you some energy.
Aye, try. So I'll be then run out of gas about 60 minutes, so I'm knackered. Need another one.
Yeah, I always laugh. I watched one of the open goals recently, and I was laughing. It was Si was interviewing Paul Caddis, and I laughed at some of the pre-match moves for him. Was always a McDonald's. Anytime
Aye, I know.
someone
I've
says a
actually seen that.
McDonald's,
He was eating out the back of the bus, wasn't he?
aye. It doesn't eat
Hilarious,
anything else
mate.
apart from McDonald's. I thought that was class. What about, see, when you've got some downtime? Where's your favourite holiday destination then, Greg? I know you're a keen.
Holiday? Did you say holiday?
Aye, favourite holiday.
Holiday. Oh, most recently I went to Dubai. Jumbo's favourite place. Loves it. Dubai I went to in January. We got a wee bit of time off the first week, and then we done a training camp out there. So it's amazing. I've been there a few times, so that would maybe edge it. But the most amazing I've only ever been the once was Bali. It was like nothing. The views etc. were mental. And the people were so friendly. They couldn't be more generous, welcoming. So I'd say that's the nicest place.
See, just when you said about Dubai, I mean, you were training out there, that must have been hard, was it not?
Oh, aye, to be fair, it was in January, so that helped a wee bit.
Right.
But if it was the middle of summer, it wouldn't be possible. I don't think it would be next level. Aye, you'd struggle to sit out for an hour in the June, July, never mind train.
Greg, see, when you were in Dubai, what did you put in the Rangers players' dinners when you were out there?
Wait, do you know what? They were training at the same complex, to be fair, but we didn't see any of each other. It was mental. So that's how big this guy's complex is the two teams could be at the same complex and not see. I didn't see one even member of staff anything, which is mental.
Right, it's crazy.
Shows you how much money this guy's got.
And last one then, what's your favourite other sport then when you're not playing football? I take it it'll be...
Aye, it's like golf, to be fair. The golf edges it. I'm a keen golfer. I've recently certainly get back into it. When we're playing, it's difficult because we're normally midweek and then a game at the weekend, so you don't really get much time because I don't think the gaffer would be too happy if I'm playing golf any time near a game. So I try and just it's off-season time, so hopefully get a few games in while we're off, and even when we go back, because there won't be games for a while, so a decent chance to hopefully get the handicap down.
It's certainly been the weather for it so far anyway. We couldn't
aye.
During lockdown, could we? Right, okay, so pass you over to Jim. He's going to fire away with some choicey questions. What are you, Jim?
Good, Paul, ready to go?
Yeah, let's go, sir.
Good, Paul. Listen, Greg, you started your career with Rangers. You had 6 years at Murray Park as a youth. How did it feel when you were released, Paul? And did you ever think of packing the game in, as loads of youngsters do nowadays? Or were you just determined to prove people wrong?
Do you know what, Jim? I was gutted. I was, when I got released, as anyone is. You get told no one likes rejection, and that's what a case it is, I guess. And but no, in the case of packing, it was just where can I go next? And Kilmarnock were on the phone. I don't know if it was probably as close as the next day. Right. And I went down there and. I think I trained maybe 2 or 3 nights, and thankfully I done quite well, and I was signed by the end of that week's training and didn't really look back. And I'm really grateful probably to Kilmarnock for giving me that opportunity so soon, because it meant I wasn't thinking of the rejection I'd had. I was just delighted I'd been given another opportunity.
Oh, brilliant. And that was my next question, Paul. You then went to Rugby Park. How long did you have to wait for your debut, and who was it against?
Do you know what? It's actually, I was talking about this today. It took a while for myself. Certainly, the first year I was in full time, I struggled to get in the team. I was still wanting to play centre midfield. I played bit parts for the reserves. There were some days there would be other lads in the team training with the first team, and you'd be gutted. You really would. So it took for me a manager getting sacked to get a chance, and I think it was the February in my second year. And that was maybe around Christmas time. January was the closest I've ever felt to this isn't working out for me. I had 6 months left in a deal and hadn't trained with a first team, so I thought, you're 18-year-old now. I'm still, you don't doubt yourself, but you probably start to think maybe a wee bit negatively. And the manager got sacked, and as soon as Lee Clark came in, I was training with the first team. He seen a couple of reserve games, liked what I'd done, and it took a bounce game. I think someone got injured in a bounce game, and I got a chance at left back, where I could play there, but I always wanted to play in Midley Park. Yeah. And I done really well in the bounce game, and then eventually threw me in. It was a dead rubber pretty much against Dundee United, the last game of the season. We were already resigned to the playoff, We got beat, but again, he singled me out in the changing room for praise, said I'd done really well.
Good.
And then played in the game where we won 4-0 against Falkirk in the playoff in my second start. So mental.
Brilliant, Paul. You'd obviously some great times at Kilmarnock. Who were the players that helped you the most in there?
Like the obvious ones, definitely the experienced boys. Boydie was brilliant for me since I remember Boydie coached me under 18s with Paul Wright for a bit. So I had a relationship with him there already. So when I broke into the first team, it was good to have that familiar face, even though he would shout every time I didn't put it in the box for him. I think I was sick of shouting, just put it in. That's what you'd hear. So he was really good for me. Gary Dickard, again, another seasoned pro, sat beside him in the changing room. Hated me because he said I was messy, which I'd still deny to this day, but another one that was brilliant for me. And overall, it was just we had a good changing room, a good group of lads. We were a close-knit bunch at that point as well, with a good younger group as well. So it was a good changing room. Yeah.
Good, mate. Good. One goal in your career at Kilmarnock, was it? One goal?
Aye, one goal in my career, full stop, which isn't
prolific, wee man, prolific.
Aye, correct.
Right about your only goal, but
it was a not bad finish, to be fair, but nosebleed in the box, I think, normally.
Was it 4-0 against Hamilton or something? Is that what it was?
5. It was the first goal, and again, Boydie was typical. Boydie was screaming for me to square it, and I probably should have, to be fair, and I put it high in the near post. So no, it was more relief, to be honest, it taking that long. And I was hoping to go on a run for them, and it didn't really happen again.
Brilliant, Paul. One red card as well, aye.
One red card.
Talk to me about that tackle on Joey Barton, mate. Talk to me about it, because if it was on the street, you'd have got arrested.
Everyone thinks, did you just did you do it because it's Joey Barton? But it wasn't. It was a good pal of mine, Adam Frizzle, who he was trying to break, lost the ball to a heavy touch, and I'd been breaking with him. It was from our corner. I think we were 1-0. No, it was 1 each at the time, 1 each. And I genuinely thought I could get there. Looking back, I was never getting there, never in a million years. And luckily, to be fair, he jumped at the tackle, or it could have been serious, definitely. But not a highlight, I wouldn't say. But again, kind of change it.
These things happen, mate. Listen, you obviously got into a right good bit of form at Rugby Park, and there's plenty of interest in you. How close were you in going to Germany, Greg?
Do you know, it was the start of that window, and I'd probably resigned I thought I'd be leaving Kilmarnock in that window. I thought it was the right time for myself. I'd played over 130 games, etc. And I probably wanted to go. I thought I'd 1 year left, no, 1 or 2, I can't remember how long I'd left my deal, but it was the right time for Kilmarnock to sell as well. And the Germany was an option. I'd certainly discussed it with my family and that, and it was, if it had happened, that I would have went, but they didn't put in a bid that was close enough really to Kilmarnock's what the Kilmarnock wanted. So it's not so much a non-starter because I was open to it, and but they didn't really ever get close.
What's your German like, wee man?
As bad as my English.
Listen, then your agent would tell you Celtic were interested. What was that feeling like?
I see that was it was. There'd been maybe a wee bit of ongoing interest throughout the window, but nothing really materialised until about the last 2 or 3 weeks. So as soon as you hear of that interest of a club that size, you're itching to go. I couldn't really settle. I wanted to go. I was desperate, and it was a nervous few weeks. It wasn't probably ones I would want to relive. The truth be told, it was. I left Kilmarnock. I wasn't playing. I'd picked up a wee injury. Like it wasn't good, and I was desperate to go. And eventually, it took to the last day of the window to get it done. So no, that was just relief. And the day going that to Celtic Park, my family and all that, it was relief. But it was a really, really amazing night, to be fair.
See the likes of that, Greg, when a top club like that's in for you. What's your phone going like? Are you getting hundreds and hundreds of messages day in day out from friends, family and that? Interesting
that wasn't too bad. There was the odd message there was, to be fair, and I was just trying to blank it out, to be honest. I would send the odd, I will see what happens, the usual, just giving nothing really away, because I didn't really know. But then when it got finalised that day, I remember I was going back in my agent's car, Jackie, and we were going back because I was away with Scotland, because I had to leave the camp, and my phone was blowing up. I couldn't believe it. It was mental. I probably, truth be told, didn't reply to some boys that I wish I had at the time, but you couldn't. There was that many.
Sure,
so it's just one of these things. But mental night.
Aye, good. But listen, after signing with him, and no disrespect to Kilmarnock players who are obviously all top professionals, was there even a big difference in training at Lennoxtown first couple of days in?
As I said, I hadn't really trained properly for about 2 weeks. So I remember, like, my first day, I'd been away with Scotland, which I was probably quite thankful of, because even from the standard at Kilmarnock to going to Scotland was a big jump. You're playing with Premier League players, etc. So no, the standard there was right at it. So that gave me a wee bit of a breaking in period to be ready going into Celtic. But even that first day, you know yourself starting a new job anyway. I was thankful I knew a lot of lads like from Scotland, but you still got that nerves. And I think the first person I seen was Bruni, so he put me at ease. Like, he's like, "How you doing, man?" Blah blah blah. Chatted away, and at that point you're like, I'm fine here. Like, just wasn't to get going. But I think a few lads have said they didn't think I signed till January, to be fair. But
listen, that's what I'm going to say to you. It wasn't easy for you to begin with, and Bolingoli come on to some sort of form, and then he got injured, and the gaffer preferred Johnny Hayes a couple of times. Did you then start doubting yourself, saying, because you've made the move to a huge club, did you start doubting yourself? It just made you work harder in training, Paul?
Do you know what? I didn't, to be fair, Jim, I didn't doubt myself in that respect. No, like, it took a while. I probably wasn't, as I said, I hadn't trained properly, and I didn't play when I was away with Scotland, so I hadn't played a game in a good month when I actually went in. So it took me time. I had to get used to a different way of playing, with much more attacking football. And I just gradually, I was grasping it. Bolly was playing really well, and then the team was winning, and it's difficult to change a winning team. So you've just got to, at a club like Celtic, you don't really get many chances. So my debut, I remember, it was in October against St Mirren. I done fine, I done okay. Like, I didn't light the head on fire, but I done okay. And but I was knackered because I hadn't played a game of football in 3 months by that point. So I was absolutely blown, and I needed a wee run, and that eventually came after January, and thankfully the gaffer stuck with me since then, really.
You get into the team, Paul, and the rest is history. Now, I'm not sure whether it's 8.5 in a row or 9 in a row, Paul. Did any of the players play enough games to win a league medal? Because I don't want to go to Bruni's house and there's only 8 medals there, wee man.
I think everyone played, and I'm not getting into questions like that. You get no respect. No, to be fair, it was like we were 13 points clear with certainly we were in a great run of form, and ideally everyone would have liked it finished, but I think we were only going to extend the way we were playing. To be fair, I think we finished with a 5-0 win to St Mirren. We'd found a new way of playing, not a new way. We were playing a different formation and scoring a lot of goals and enjoying playing, to be fair.
Yeah, good, Paul. Listen, international-wise, you're probably 2 of the best left-backs in Europe, in all fairness, in front of you, and Andy Robertson and Kieran Tierney. You ever thought about playing right-back?
Do you know what? I would, to be fair. It's not something I've ever been asked, truth be told, but I would in a heartbeat, to be fair. To play for your country, I've managed 3 times now, and it's the best feeling ever. It's you've just got such pride doing it. So, as you touched on, Andy's incredible. He's done so well. He's playing at Champions League level, Champions League winning level. Kieran, again, he's went down to Arsenal. He's probably not had his luck with injuries yet, but he's going to go on and play numerous games for them. He's 2 top players. So I understand that opportunities are going to be hard to come by, but you can only take your chances when you get them. And I think in the 3 games that I've done that. So the gaffer knows he can trust me, and if it means I maybe get a shot at right back further down the line, then I'd be more than open to taking it.
Aye, you made your debut against one of the best teams in the world, pal, in Belgium, and you were outstanding that night. What kind of experience was that? And did you swap shots with any of their stars at the end of the game? And if so, whose jersey did you get?
That was a crazy night. A few of the boys, I thought it was a wind-up, to be honest. The Sunday, a few of the boys were saying, I think Andy's struggling with his hammy. And it was my first squad as well. We're going to play the, I think, number 1 ranked team in the world. So I'm like, aye, good one. He's all at it. Like. So it is, like, not really, didn't think anything of it. And then the Monday, Andy's like, by the way, just get yourself ready in case I think I'm struggling. So sure enough, we shaped. Andy, I think, pulled out of training on the Monday, and I was in the shape for the team, so I thought I've got a good chance. I think I'm going to be playing here. But the gaffer didn't say anything, didn't even pull me aside or anything. He just said, put the team up, and that was me in it. 3 hours or whatever before the game, and that's typical to the gaffer, the way he is. Like, he trusted me, he knew I would go in and do all right, and I think I did. It was a massive game in my career, because it was my biggest test, and I think I passed it, to be fair, regardless of the result.
Exactly.
And on the top, I get De Bruyne's. So now
Did you, mate? Aye, well done.
Wasn't to get De Bruyne's, to be fair. So it's
not a bad wee number to get.
Not a bad one, to be fair. A nice memento.
Aye. Listen, your brother's obviously in professional football as well. Did your dad play football? Was it in the genes, Paul?
No, to be fair, like, he did play football, but he was just a hatchet man at amateur level. He was he didn't play junior or anything. He did play, and he was always dead involved. He coached our boys clubs, etc. So he did, and he lives and breathes it similar to us. But he didn't really play to any great level, but had a massive influence on what we did, I would say.
Yeah, and you must be a great influence for your younger brother as well, Paul.
Totally, like, probably too intensely, to be fair, for him. Like, I'm on his case, making sure he's doing the right things, which he doesn't need, because he has got a good attitude as well. But I think I've just seen in my short career thus far what you need to do to certainly, hopefully, try and make it at some sort of level. So if I can guide him to any pathway, I'll hopefully help him.
It must have been a proud night for your parents when he made his debut against, funny enough, Celtic. It must have been chuffed to bits for the 2 years.
A surreal day for them, definitely. I think he had a rough idea he was going to be on the bench, and then to probably, I think when they got Kilmarnock got a man sent off that day, so I think he maybe thought, I'm not going to get on here, and then 10 minutes later he was coming on, and the photo of us greeting each other after the game, and a few of the lads, like Celtic, a few of the boys had said well done to him and that, and I think that made his day more than me saying it, just because they thought, some of the other lads know who I am then, so he was chuffed, and it was a nice day for the family and him.
Good. Is it true you dinged him at the start of the second half? Aye,
it is true, to be fair. And it wasn't deliberate, to be fair. It's just, and I was in I don't know, a zone. That sounds a bit intense, but I was just in. My focus probably was on going and winning the game still, and he must have looked at me and he didn't get as much as eye contact off me. So I felt a bit bad about that, but he didn't get dinged after it when the game had finished, so he needs to pipe in with that.
Greg, thanks for your time, mate. And listen, I hope your career goes from strength to strength, Paul. I really do.
Welcome back, Greg. So we're going to do the fans section, which we do. So I've got 4 quick questions for you. We've asked our fans to ask a few questions for you, pal, if that's okay.
Fine.
Right, first question is from Darren Miller, and his question is, how many times did the magician Dominic Thomas tie you up in knots at Kilmarnock?
Tom, never, to be fair. No, actually, I think there was one day he gave me a bit of a roasting, to be fair to him, and him and all the lads did not let me forget it. But Dom, to be fair, attacking wise, Dom is up there. He's second to none. Defensively, he'll give you absolutely zero. But he is a magician, so I'll accept that.
Next question I have is for Josh Hollywood, and his question is, what was the Kelly dressing room like after the defeat to Connah's Quay last season?
Low, to be fair. Over the 2 legs, it wasn't very great personally for myself either. I'd put one of them on there in the first leg, which was gutting, to be fair, because we'd worked so hard the year before. We didn't play great that whole game, to be honest. The pitch was horrible, but we managed to come out of there with a decent result, considering we were 1-0 down in the last 10 minutes. Big Stu get the winner. So going into the home leg 2-1 up, you're thinking we should be all right here. And first half at Rugby Park, we actually played quite well. I myself had a couple of chances. I probably should have certainly scored one. And we hit the post a few times, and it was one of that points. It was 0-0 now, getting into the second half, and it gave the Connah's Quay a bit of life. And they went on and unfortunately won the game, and the changing room was pretty low. Do you know, I honestly can't remember how low, if they were shouting, etc. But I do. It wasn't a great night at all.
Yeah, I think you'll be a lot of you want to forget that for a while, I would imagine.
Exactly, totally.
So next question I've got is Alan Hunter, and his question is, with yourself, Andy Robertson and Tierney, brilliant left backs, why do we never seem to produce a decent right back at Scotland? But you kind of answered that question earlier, pal. You said you got the opportunity, you would play it right back, didn't you?
Do you know, to be fair, if on a personal level, I would play anywhere, and if right back was an opportunity for myself, I would definitely play there.
Aye, good. And last question, pal, finish off. We've got a question for Jack Mayer. As a big Celtic fan, who impressed you the most in training when you joined?
Tom Rogic. Tom's feet for someone that's 6'2" is
What a ballerina, is he?
He's just his touch is so good, and he does, again, similar to what I said earlier with Odsonne, he does things that others can't do. But Callum McGregor as well, his consistency every day is pretty good as well. He never ever is any worse than an 8 out of 10 session, which is pretty good going.
Good, mate. That kind of concludes the fans' questions anyway.
No problem.
So,
I've just got one or two. Obviously, Bruni gets bad press for a lot of supporters, but every professional I speak to says he's a top guy. Did he help you a lot when you went to Parkhead, Paul?
Brilliant. He's, as a captain, he is faultless. He's motivational wise amazing. As a guy off the pitch, brilliant. So easy going.
Yep.
But and on the training field, he sets a tempo, sets a standard every single day. He generally trains like it is his last session every single day. From the warm up, he sprints the warm up, and just he has such a dedicated pro, and you can realise why he's been there and won so many trophies and played at the top level, captain in Celtic for so many years. Because as you see, it doesn't happen very often.
No, you're right. You're right. And as far as we're concerned now, Greg, we've joined the pyramid, and we're hoping to go up through the leagues and hopefully League One, Championship in the next 10 years. That's our plan, pal. Had you heard of Darvel and what we've been doing over the last, apart from me going on about it, but had you heard or any of the boys talking about it? We played Kilmarnock at the start of last season. The dressing room seemed to get spoken about. Is that something that you guys talk about?
It was, I think, when the dressing rooms got done, they weren't long done, and it was someone I can't remember who exactly, but it was fired straight in the group WhatsApp, and boys are saying like, that's better than a Premier League standard. It was like no changing room we'd even seen playing in the top league. So that was probably what would impress me the most. But then even some of the names and some of the signings that you've made and we've discussed over the last few months and whatever, last year, etc. You can understand why the boys that Darvel have done so well. And to be fair, it looks like they're only going to go one way and kick on from there.
Aye, that's the plan, Paul. Hopefully now that we've joined the pyramid that we can get into the Lowland League soon and then work our way into the league. So that's definitely the plan, mate. So we might be playing against you in the big Scottish Cup sometime soon.
Hey, you never know, mate. There's a high chance. Keep going the way it is, isn't
it?
Exactly.
One quick last one for myself. Just there'll obviously be quite a young fan base watching this, Greg. I don't know if you've seen on our Twitter or any of our social media channels that recently we've kind of merged with Galston Youth. They're a long-established youth setup. Galston Darvel doesn't have anything local. I think they'll maybe get circa maybe about 150, 160 kids. And now we're joining Darvel with us being at Tier 6 in the pyramid. It kind of gives them a pathway into senior football. What advice would you give to any kind of youngsters maybe kind of progressing into 17s or 19s level and now with the potential to go into kind of senior level?
No, exactly. Just give yourself the best opportunity you can. There's lots of boys out there with ability, and but there is a reason that only a select few make it. And I think it comes down to attitude and dedication to applying yourself as best as you can. Whether it is sacrificing the odd time when not seeing your pals or not going to maybe play, I don't know, play tennis or whatever. Just give yourself the best opportunity if that's what you want to do, because there's a great chance of having a great life. And I wake up every morning and I'm doing a hobby as a living, and it's the best job in the world. So that would be my advice.
Aye, top advice, mate. Really, really good. I think that's it. That you really have to set yourself above for the rest. You really do, don't you? When you see that in the likes of the pro youth system, and even in the younger kids nowadays, it really is all about setting yourself for the rest. And as you say, it is all the wee sacrifices all add up over a space of time. Yeah,
100%.
It's good. No, brilliant. So that's everything for me. Anything for yourself, Jim?
No, I'm fine, Paul. I'm fine. Paul, take care.
Best of luck, Greg.
Cheers.
Take care. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Paul.
Cheers.